It's me! Another cold read, which is where I say everything out loud I think when I see a pitch deck for the first time that I know nothing about. Hopefully this helps founders and entrepreneurs understand where credibility is won or lost in a pitch deck, which could essentially be the difference between meeting an investor or not. So, okay, without further ado, get rid of that. Here we go. SoundWheel. Now, I did see their elevator pitch. I'm going to admit that. So I know a little bit about this because I saw them at an event. But I don't really know anything about it. User-centric app. Cool. Challenging traditional meditation and mindfulness by utilizing the power of music. Now, regrettably, I'm a difficult person to pitch these kind of things to because I spent 6 to 7 years trying to build a VC fund for music tech and artists and so on. And it was somewhat successful, but at the end of 22, we had to tear the bloody thing down thanks to the government. Long story. Happy to share at some point. So, world's best breaks for busy minds. Okay, so this screenshot tells me a lot. A, it tells me that it should exist. The second there's a screenshot, I assume the thing exists. It looks like these are the types of moods or whatever. Receiving good faith, you are supported and held. Okay, so it looks like an app for meditation through sound. Fine. There's a million and one of those, just a bajillion and one of those, and I've never really seen any of them make any money. The mental health crisis is real. Cool. You don't really need to convince anybody of that. 280 billion. I don't know if that's your market. I mean, it's the size of the problem. Oh, 1 minute. It's the size of the mental health problem. It's not the size of the market for music addressing mental health. Because the music economy is still the music rights economy, which is around 35 billion a year. 50% drop out of meditation. Yeah, fine, whatever. Music is for everyone. No. No. Music sound is for everyone. Genres of music are for people who like those genres of music. Super accessible, highly effective in short doses. Okay, they're saying it's highly effective in short doses. I want evidence of that. Thank you very much. A formula has demonstrated positive impact. Okay, you cannot make that claim unless there's evidence. Case study conducted by someone at Brunel. Man, so dusty this room. Okay, serviceable, but of what? Serviceable, how did you get to 7 billion TAM? Anyway, I'm going to see this as a music problem, not a mental health problem, because you're in the music economy, not the mental health economy. So, you're whatever, cool. It's fine. The music economy isn't massive, so only smaller VCs with smaller funds would probably engage. Larger funds would not. All right. Business. Okay, so it's an app subscription. I mean, this is all fairly basic stuff. Now, this is important because it's such a well-trodden path. Music apps for mental health or wellness. So many of them, and some I know work-ish, but it's a marketing issue. It's not really a product issue, and many are just fucking awful. So that means these are important because this will tell me objectively if this is truly an outlier in the positive sense or just yet another thing that makes no difference. Free to pay conversion, 25%. I mean, that's fine. That's a good cost of customer acquisition to lifetime value ratio. Churn is 13%. I mean, is that paid churn or free churn? Weekly active users, 28% of all accounts. But there's no objective numbers here. It's 28% of what? 10? Okay. Stable MRR. Cool. But you don't even give me the absolute numbers. Still going though. Still going. Go to market. Don't care. I do. I mean, I just don't care. Try everything. Founding team. I'll get to that in a minute. So it's digital marketing. Ex-co-founder and CMO of Gamers Class, acquired and valued as a multi-million-dollar company. I don't know Gamers Class. So I can't really speak to that. But if there was an acquisition, a positive acquisition, and they were in the leadership team, that's pretty good. Okay, I don't understand how Matthias is relevant in this context. Okay, I guess being a award-winning music producer, fine. And meditation instructor, okay, that's pretty cool. What I'd really like to see is whether or not they've done past retreats with music that have got recurring customers, recurring paying people. That will tell me the principle is sound. I mean, yeah. So some relevance. I mean, that's fine. It sounds like a relevant founding team. Okay. I mean, why do you need so many advisors? Like, why? This is such an issue with startups. There's this thing called board surfing in startup land now, where people that, believe that there's some kind of domain expert, but don't really want to do any work, attach themselves to cool sounding startups and say, I'm on the board, or I'm an advisor. And these naive, in the best intended sense of the word, founders are just like, ooh, glitzy name, you've worked at some big places. It's like, if they don't fucking add anything, what's the point? And so many advisors, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's so many, it's hard to extract in the early days of a startup, good and meaningful advice from, definitely from 7, let alone 1. So they add nothing to the story for me, like absolutely nothing. If anything, it looks like a distraction. Product love. I mean, what an awful slide, but anyway. Average rating on overall experience, 8.7. These are 1 beta test, 2nd beta Steph. That's not a... Have you experienced emotional benefits from using SoundWheel? That is not a credible question. You seek 1.2. Okay, we want to acquire 15,000 paying customers. I mean, these are all good goals. I like the milestones. This is nice. This is nice. But I haven't got any objective data, outside of this to tell me the scale of this. Like, are you going from 100 people to 15,000? Are you going from 1,000 to 15,000? With your churn of 13% month on month. What's happened there? With your churn of 30% month on month. I mean, that's going to be, as you get larger, that's going to be a really hard hurdle to overcome. So it then becomes a huge marketing game to replace lost users. But still, I'm still engaged. This is all right. Timeline, phase 1. Okay, cool. Development, found a team for whatever. Stable. What does stable mean? 0 is stable. -1,000,000 is stable. What do you mean by stable? Raise pre-seed investment. So you've got pre-seed investment. This is what this is implying. Okay. How much did you raise? Who are your current investors? That's meaningful stuff when this is not your first round. I don't really care about the future stuff. Dive into SoundWheel. No, I know what it is. I'm looking for an investment opportunity, not a way to chill my brain out. If it wasn't for this slide, this is the only reason I'd take a meeting. It's that slide. It's a good ratio. 14 to 40 is a really good ratio when you're really early. I mean, it's pretty fucking phenomenal. To get lifetime value at 40, I really hope that's actual and not predicted lifetime value. So, for example, it's been out maybe 1 or 2 months, and based on these really early churn stats, you're kind of projecting a lifetime value of $40. I want to see it is $40, and I want to see a cost of customer acquisition is $14. So I would take a meeting to see how relevant that data is, because if it's relevant and they've broken through the many barriers I've seen in the past with these kinds of businesses, yeah, fuck yeah, I'd take a meeting. Depending on valuation, I might even take a punt. But so yes, I would take a meeting. The deck is fine. It's not exciting, but it's this. This is the bit. This is the bit I like, which is cool. So there you go. That's my cold read. I'd take a meeting simply to find out if that's real. If it is real, I might take the conversation further. If it's projected or bullshit, it's dead to me. Cheers.